Whiskers twitched, nose wiggled. Mittens the cat smelled pizza. He loved pizza, but no pizza in sight, only boring cat food. "Mittens make pizza," he declared. He jumped onto the counter, landing near a cookbook. The title, Pizza for Humans. "Humans no fun," Mittens huffed. "Cats make better pizza." He flipped the cookbook open with his nose. Flour flew everywhere. "Oops," Mittens purred, shaking flour off his whiskers. "First ingredient, chaos." The cookbook called for flour. Mittens eyed the bag. It towered over him. He jumped, batting at it with his paws. The bag wobbled, then crashed to the floor. Flour exploded like a fluffy volcano. Mittens coughed, now a furry white snowball. "Snow in the kitchen?" he meowed, shaking his head. Flour showered down like snowflakes. "This pizza making is messy business." He sneezed. A tiny cloud of flour puffed from his nose. He giggled. "At least it's funny." Next up, cheese. Mittens' favorite. Mittens, our curious and ever-hungry feline, had a nose for cheese. He could smell it from a mile away, and today was no different. The aroma of cheddar wafted through the air, leading him straight to the kitchen. His whiskers twitched with excitement as he followed the scent trail. He spotted a block of cheddar in the fridge. The golden yellow block sat there, almost taunting him. It was as if the cheese knew it was Mittens' favorite and was daring him to come and get it. Mittens' eyes widened with determination. He had to have that cheese. He reached for it. Too short. He jumped. Missed. Mittens wasn't one to give up easily. He stretched his little paws as far as they could go, but the cheese was just out of reach. With a determined look, he crouched down and sprang into the air, but alas, he missed again. The cheese remained stubbornly on its shelf. He glared at the cheese. "Don't hide from me." Mittens' eyes narrowed as he stared down the block of cheddar. It was a battle of wills now. The cheese might be playing hard to get, but Mittens was more determined than ever. He wasn't going to let a mere block of cheese outsmart him. He climbed a nearby chair, then leaped onto the fridge. Victory! With a quick glance around the kitchen, Mittens spotted a chair nearby. He scampered over, climbed up, and with a mighty leap, he landed on top of the fridge. From this vantage point, the cheese was finally within his grasp. He let out a triumphant meow. He batted the cheese off the shelf. With a swift swipe of his paw, Mittens sent the block of cheddar tumbling off the shelf. It was a satisfying sight watching the cheese fall, knowing it was now his for the taking. It landed with a thud. He took a bite. Delicious. The cheese hit the floor with a soft thud, and Mittens wasted no time. He pounced on it and took a big bite. The rich, creamy flavor was everything he had hoped for. He purred in contentment, savoring each mouthful. But pizza needs more cheese. As delicious as the cheese was, Mittens knew it wasn't enough. He had bigger plans. He remembered the pizza that was being prepared on the counter. It needed more cheese, and he was just the cat to provide it. He pushed the rest of the block off the shelf. With renewed determination, Mittens went back to the fridge. He placed his paw on the remaining block of cheese and gave it a firm push. The cheese slid off the shelf, heading straight for the floor. It landed on his head. Oof. Worth it. The block of cheese landed squarely on Mittens' head, making him momentarily dizzy, but he shook it off quickly. The mission was a success. He had the cheese, and the pizza would be perfect. Mittens purred with satisfaction, knowing his efforts were worth it. Tomatoes next. These vibrant, juicy fruits are the stars of our story today. Freshly picked from the garden, they glisten under the kitchen lights, promising a burst of flavor and a splash of color. But little did we know, they were about to become the center of a playful adventure. Mittens found them on the counter, round and red, fun to bat around. With a curious glint in his eyes, he approached the tomatoes cautiously, his whiskers twitching with excitement. He gave one a gentle nudge, watching it wobble before it rolled away. This was no ordinary day in the kitchen. It was a day of discovery and delight. He chased them across the floor, dodging table legs and chairs. The tomatoes rolled and bounced, turning the kitchen into a playground. Mittens darted after them, his paws skidding on the tiles as he maneuvered around obstacles. Each chase was a new challenge, a test of his agility and speed. He trapped one tomato under his paw. Gotcha! With a triumphant meow, he held his prize firmly, his eyes gleaming with victory. The tomato, now a captive, lay still under his paw, its vibrant red contrasting with his soft fur. This was a moment of pure feline triumph. He took a playful bite. Juice squirted everywhere. The sudden burst of flavor caught him by surprise and he shook his head, droplets of tomato juice flying in all directions. The kitchen was now a canvas of red splatters, each one a testament to his playful bite. He made a face. Yuck. Bath time later. The tangy taste wasn't quite what he expected, and his expression said it all. With a wrinkled nose and squinted eyes, he looked around as if to say, "What just happened?" But the fun was far from over. He batted the remaining tomatoes into a bowl. Time to get saucy! With a few swift swipes of his paw, he gathered the remaining tomatoes, pushing them into a bowl. Each tomato landed with a satisfying plop, ready for the next stage of their journey. Mittens watched with satisfaction, his tail flicking with anticipation. He dove headfirst into the bowl, rolling around in the tomatoes. The bowl became a sea of red, and Mittens was the playful swimmer, diving and rolling with abandon. The cool, smooth tomatoes felt refreshing against his fur, and he reveled in the sensory delight. He emerged, covered in red goo. His fur was now a vibrant shade of red, and he looked like a little tomato monster. But Mittens didn't mind. He wore his new look with pride, a badge of his playful adventure. "Now we're cooking," he declared, licking tomato off his whiskers. With a satisfied purr, he cleaned himself up, savoring the last bits of his tomato escapade. The kitchen was a mess, but it was a mess filled with memories of a day well spent. And as Mittens settled down for a nap, he knew that this was just the beginning of many more adventures to come. Section 5. The oven, my arch nemesis. The oven loomed big and scary. Mittens hissed. It was the one thing in the kitchen that always seemed to challenge him. The shiny metallic surface reflected his own anxious face back at him, making him feel even smaller. The oven was like a dragon in his castle, a beast that needed to be conquered. Every time he walked past it, he felt a shiver run down his spine. Today,